mock up the cowl. So this cowl is from a 1930 International A2 pickup truck. And this is what it looked like when it was new. This is an original ad from the 30s, or when this vehicle came out, that I was able to find on eBay. But I don't know too much about these trucks other than they're pretty cool looking. I got this cowl on Facebook Marketplace along with the grill and the hood for about 200 bucks is what I paid. So definitely a good deal, I feel, on something that's 95 years old. But to start off with first, I'm gonna strip this thing down and take off anything I don't need, like all the wiring and the gauges. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. So pretty much it was just a bunch of old wires and stuff from gauges and things I won't be using. So I'm gonna leave the gauges in there for now just because I don't feel like taking them out, and they're not in the way for what I'm doing. So now the goal is we're gonna put this on here just to see how it's going to look. So I got it up on the frame, and as you can see, I feel it sits kind of high the way it sits now, because right now this top of the cowl is about at my belly button, which I'm not saying this is going to be the ride height of the car in the end, but it's going to be kind of close to the ride height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel the body. So in order to get started with seeing what that's going to look like, I got to notch out here and here in order to lower the body down onto the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and get the angle grinder out and cut out those sections of the frame and try to see how tight I can get this body to fit. Also, I want to try to push this body as far back as possible onto this frame because I want more room for the engine in here. And right now, it would be ideal if the engine sat in front of here, of this cross member. And right now, the engine at the minimum is 22 inches long, and we still need to go back a few inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the angle grinder out and cut those points out. And I also need to cut these feet right here, and I would like to leave this part on to use to set the jack stands on so I can get the car sat on top of those. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that. Jack stand. Okay, so I got the body cut out and sitting kind of how I want it to sit. It definitely needs to go further back. Let me bring you over here. So the pedals are here. And if you look at the structure here, this is where a piece of wood might have sat at one time. So I have the space between here and here, which looks about to be 6 to 8 inches to bring the pedal back. And then here is the factory throttle pedal to the original International truck. I kind of want to bring that closer this way so it lines up more closely with these pedals, because I'm probably not going to use this pedal, but the pedal I eventually use, I might mount it in that same spot on the firewall. So I'm going to bring the body a little bit closer, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to cut this out here. And I didn't really want to do that, but you know what? I would rather the body fit properly than worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that off, and I'm just going to cut it square right here to bring it. Or actually, I might even just take out this whole hinge. That might even be a better thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and make those cuts, and I'll bring you back and see how the body fits. So I got the body pushed back a little bit more, but now I have contact right here on this edge, and I still have a couple inches I could go back. So I didn't want to do this, but I'm probably just gonna take out a little bit there. I'm thinking I might cut it at an angle like this to kind of match up with these rivets here. And yeah, I'll cut it at a 45-degree angle, and that should get, or maybe I'll just take out this bit here, because this has like a seam here where it's riveted. So you see the rivet there, and it's spot welded in here, it looks like too. And that's where the structure is coming from, and also the firewall is where it's running into. So this little piece here is what's getting me, binding me up. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that here and just cut out that little bit of steel and just see if I can get it just a little bit further back. So I ended up just taking out the whole bottom section, and as you can see, there wasn't much left of it anyway, so no loss there. So I'm gonna go ahead and reposition the body and bring it back as far as I can. I gotta get that brake pedal moved back to where it needs to go, so that way I can get it all mocked up. So you can see I got the pedals are about where I need them, good proximity. I'm trying to get this brake pedal not to hit. Because right here is where the original floor went, and I kind of want to make it so that these sit about right here so that they come flush with that floor, or these tabs. I think these tabs, when there's springs in place, these hit against the bottom of the floor. I'm pretty sure that's how it was in the Ford, and I kind of want to replicate that in this, and these angles that the wreck kind of match. So I gotta do that for the brake and also the clutch pedal. And then the throttle pedal is in a good position too. So that puts me in a good spot, I think. Now you might have already seen this in the background of some of the videos, but here's the grill, and it just so happens to fit perfectly right here. Even the bolt holes line up there, and there's a spider web, but there also. And what a happy coincidence that was. But there's a shot of what it's going to look like with the grill and the body installed. Let's go ahead and put the hood on while we're at it. Why not? We've got a snowstorm coming today, actually in the next hour or so. So I'm just getting the tractor set up and ready to plow. Getting a little bit of a late start. Should have had this done in the fall, but things have been pretty busy with me lately. So just like to show, this is my old Simplicity. It's a 6211, and it needs a little love, but it runs really good. I gotta put a new seat on it in a minute, and right now I'm just trying to get the plow set up. I already got the tires and with the chains on, so I just gotta top them off with some air. I got a couple other ones too that I'm using for parts. So I'm gonna grab that seat in a little bit. So yeah, just something that kind of put a stop to what I had to do on the rat rod. So yeah, anyway, we'll get going. Got it back in there and ready to go for the snow. And it's just starting to fall.
Start it up, first go.